You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's WWE NXT After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE NXT After Show.
Don't believe the hype.
There you go.
Yes! Was the start of my last jam, so here it is again.
Hello, everybody. Big is for doing, and we are doing another AfterBuzz After Show for WWE's developmental territory, NXT. Along with me, as always, are both Cathy, Kelley, and Alex Kaslov.
What up?
What it do?
Yeah.
What it do? What it do, boo?
How are you guys doing today?
Great.
Surviving the LA traffic.
Unfortunately, we
Faux
have to deal with
shizzle.
that every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, faux shizzle.
Faux shizzle.
Yeah, I didn't realize I'm used to coming in during the raw time, and it's not quite as bad when we come in at 5. But traffic is awful at this time. But anyways, what is not awful and what is awesome is NXT. And we found out we're getting Rob Van Dam in today.
Freaking amazing today. Last week was on point. This week,
Look at
even
Alex.
better. Oh, Alex is.
Alex, like Christmas time for
He's
Alex.
transitioned from 90s rap superstar to WWE superstar.
Was this one of your favorite guys growing up?
Not particularly. I was watching him when I was growing up, but he was definitely a favorite of mine before. Now, not so much.
Not
I kind
as
of grew
much?
out of it.
Right.
I'm an adult now, and the hardcore stuff is for kids.
Yeah, but nostalgia-wise, RVD is still fun. Yeah. Anyways, so we did you notice anything about this highlight video we got? It's the highlight video they were using 3 months ago when they were hyping his return. So this is all old footage. There was nothing of his current return in that footage they actually showed of RVD, which I found funny. And also RVD on NXT after they announced earlier this week, right, that RVD is no longer
Who announced?
in WWE. They announced it on either Raw or SmackDown, I think, or maybe I heard on Main Event that he's taking a break.
I mean, I thought that was part of his contract, was that he was going to...
It is, but they moved it into the storyline, so this aired afterwards. So
that's just
because
one of
it
the
was
things
taped
that you
before,
have to...
but
Yeah, one of the things with NXT is they tape 4 shows at a time, or, a month's worth of shows in one day, which they're actually taping today, Thursday.
yeah, they're taping right now, I believe.
It's, even though the storyline, they may change it in WWE, like, it's just, you have to roll with the punches sometimes. So.
Absolutely.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that RVD is not going to be on TV?
Yeah, no, the RVD is taking a little bit of a break to get his head straight.
What am I gonna? What about this?
You can still do
Can
that.
I still do that?
Yeah.
on demand. Yeah, go watch his old videos. Anyways, let's get into it. We had our first match of the day was Leo Krueger taking on Antonio Cesaro from the main roster.
There was, I don't know if you guys caught this, but there was a little bit of a weird start with NXT tonight. With the RVD highlight package, and then the commentators are like, welcome to NXT. And then we get a really long pause before they announce Leo Krueger coming out. And then they go into, we're at NXT and Full Sail University, blah, 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 blah.
Just kind of the pacing felt weird to you?
It felt a little off.
I didn't notice it, but
it didn't set, I thought that would set the precedent for the night, and it didn't. So, yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I thought this was pretty cool the way they started this. Cesaro just came out of the gate just with this flying drop kick.
Yeah.
It's a big man.
Man, oh man.
I can't drop kick very well, and that dude's way bigger than I am.
He's an athletic specimen.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
He's a specimen.
Was it just that he was there that day and they decided to use him in all of the tapings?
Cesaro, they use him quite a bit. He's used in NXT a lot, and I think he works as an agent sometime. He still lives down there.
He's been in the last 3 or 4 weeks, though. That's a lot.
I'll tell you something that probably is a big part of that is his girlfriend is Sarah Del Rey, who is one of the trainers down in NXT. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's always hanging down there. Mm-hmm. I know they live down there, so I think Cesaro's just a big part of it.
Okay.
So we get to see him, luckily. I can't get enough of Antonio Cesaro.
Should we call it NXT is Cesaro?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I was really impressed with all the European uppercuts in this. He had the running European uppercut in the corner.
Maybe he could be the new manager.
Catapult. What's that?
Maybe he could be the new manager.
The new manager.
Since he's in town all the time.
New general manager. Take JBL's.
JBL isn't doing it.
He's the new manager. I haven't seen him once. What's the deal? I'm disappointed. That's what I was saying.
We
Why
did
make
see
him
once?
When?
Right?
He just the only time we've seen JBL is when they announced him as the general manager. It's the only time we have seen him.
We did see him once.
Yeah.
And I got so excited.
Well, I'll tell you,
I didn't see him once after that.
I personally like the fact that we don't see the general managers all the time.
I want to see.
When I was a kid, it was President Jack Tunney, and you never saw it. It was very seldom you would see the president, and it was only special times. Even when Shawn Michaels was the general manager of Raw, it would be months times when he wouldn't show up.
But check this out.
He was in they're in the office working.
Check this out. But nowadays, a general manager is not like Jack Tunney, for example. Now they're personalities.
Yes.
And when Shawn Michaels was a commissioner, I couldn't wait. I tuned into Raw and I was like, I hope he's going to make an appearance.
Exactly.
I don't mind seeing a general manager on NXT because it's a personality. It's an interesting personality. Look at Guerrera, Vicky Guerrera. She's
Brad
entertaining. Brad Maddox. All these entertaining personalities. That's why I enjoy watching.
Booker.
That's why I get where you're coming from. I personally like this because it's a little bit different. Because all the other shows we get that, and we've gotten that for the past decade.
Look, man, if you want to go to the back, settle us like man.
You could, both wrestlers.
Oh man, I'm not anywhere near this man's class, so I'm not gonna even.
So why don't you just lay down?
I will.
What's that?
I agree with Alex that I think that we should see him. Maybe if it's not every week, every other week, it's just announcing a match. It's as simple as them taping him, even if he's on the road, them taping him backstage somewhere and just saying hey, this week I've noticed we need this match, and that's it.
Yeah, these days you can even grab your iPhone and do a quick little video and says, hey, I'm here on my ranch.
Busy. Exactly.
Yeah, tout it. But here's the thing.
Tout it out.
If they're gonna make an announcement, we have a new general manager, I expect to see a general manager. I expect to see some entertaining segments out of him. That's basically what I've come to expect now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Okay. So screw you.
So back to this Krueger and Antonio Cesaro match. What did you guys think of this?
It was
vicious.
They're both really good in ring, so.
Yeah, I thought Krueger really took a beating in this match. I thought the Cesaro was trying to get him counted out for a while and did that belly to back onto the ramp, which was awesome.
And then onto the ramp, that suplex to the ramp, and then that back suplex on the apron.
Oh yeah, the belly to back on the apron, and Alex Riley talked a little bit about how that hurts, but that really hurts on that part of the ring.
Let's get something straight.
It's just steel.
Just anything hurts.
Yeah,
just all of that hurts. Falling in the ring, that hurts.
Yeah.
I mean,
can't fake gravity.
It's exactly, and can't fake wood. Can't fake wood.
No, and a lot of people think the rings are trampolines. They're steel and wood.
Not at all.
A little bit of
believe me,
canvas.
people. Believe me, I hoped that it was like that when I first entered the business, but I do not enjoy bumping and falling in that ring. Whenever I can, I don't do it because it sucks.
That's why he's here.
I liked it a lot more when I first. I liked it a lot more when I first started.
So bad.
My neck doesn't like it quite as much as it once did.
But what a vicious match, though. It was just a brawl.
Yeah,
a brawl, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm not Krueger's gimmick. I've said before, I want him more spooky and Jake the Snakes Roberts-ish, but he's a good wrestler. His work is really good.
He looks really powerful. I don't know why, but I always get this Roman Reigns vibe from him.
Right. He's been looking at me like that for the last 30 seconds. Very. Is that your Leo Krueger?
That is
Do you
a
think
very
so?
good Krueger.
Looks like he has dip in his mouth or something.
Oh, that's creepy. I like Krueger a lot. I
love
think
that
Krueger,
face.
I think his the match he had with Xavier Woods a couple weeks ago, and then this one shows this guy can really work.
No, he's a great worker. He is a great worker, technical as hell.
Yeah.
And in this match, the story was he's going against Cesaro, who's a specimen, and they were even on commentary putting over how Dolph Ziggler said that Ziggler admits that Cesaro is a better wrestler than Ziggler. So they're putting him over, and so here's this kind of like this machine going against Krueger, who doesn't care about. He doesn't care about pain so much. It doesn't sway him, but he can take a beating, almost like a man. He's gonna keep getting back up, and he took quite a beating, and I honestly, I'm a worker, but I was hoping that he was gonna pull out a win. I was hoping.
Definitely, we're getting behind him.
I'm a fan of his. Yeah,
I am too. I'd like them to be a little creepier with him, but I like him. I think he's got a place. He's definitely has a place on the road. It is creepy. You need to start doing that.
One of the things, though, is that he needs to stand out a little bit more, and I think that making him creepier is what would do that.
I agree. Yeah, he doesn't take that character to the. It's like he's got the character, but his personality is just needs to be taken to the next level.
A couple more adjustments, like raise it up a little bit.
Yeah, and I think they need to
so close,
turn the volume.
So
they need to turn the volume up. I think on him.
Exactly.
He's almost too quiet and his mannerisms are too small. I want to see him larger than life and a little. I mean, maybe I don't know.
It's very, very close.
It's very close.
I think it could work on the main roster, but he would be a lower card guy. But if that little tweak, he'd be so much.
Well, guys, if you guys want, I can set up a conference call with Paul Levesque and
perfect.
Pitch the idea. And
sounds good. I love that.
Why haven't we done that already?
So you call him Paul? You're on first name basis.
Yeah, Paulie.
Huh?
So, Paul, little P.
Next, we've got go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry. How about the European uppercut?
Which one? There were like 15 of them.
Yeah, I know there were so many, but that one in the corner where you charge him in the corner.
The charging, the charging one was cool.
That could be a finish, couldn't it? Tell me that couldn't be a finish.
Absolutely could be a finish.
Even from the middle of the ring of the opponents.
Why didn't we see Cesaro swing Krueger?
We didn't see Cesaro swing.
That would have been great.
I was waiting for that.
Have they seen that in NXT?
I don't know that. We have seen that at right? Maybe not.
Yeah, and I don't know, and he's kind of been using this.
He did this all the time.
Yeah, before he started using it again in WWE. So I don't know if he was using it.
And I think that they're also kind of worried about Cesaro getting over with that. Like he would be too.
Yeah,
and also I think they're more worried about Krueger getting a little bit lightheaded, possibly.
Yeah,
or too lightheaded for his own
I'm sure.
Whoa, can't finish the match.
And speaking of European uppercuts, there was another like a catapult one where he threw him up in the air and hit him.
That's beautiful.
And then another time he hit 8 in a row on him.
He just looked
vicious.
Particularly vicious in this match.
Yeah.
Didn't he? And that I felt like that made Krueger even look more resilient because he was kicking out, kept getting up. I mean, he was getting up on all those, like on that, launch the guy in the air, European, that one in the corner.
Overall, it made
Cesaro's
them both look good.
Phenomenal.
It was a really vicious brawl.
And of course, Cesaro hits the neutralizer and gets the win. And then after the match, went to the top rope, hits a knee on Krueger, which was very unsportsmanlike.
He did that earlier in the match. He went to the top, and I thought, remember he went to the top.
Went to the top, and
I thought he was going to execute a shooting star press. But
Krueger stopped it and hit him with a superplex on him.
Yeah, and I thought he was going to do a shooting star press.
Wow, I've never seen. Has he ever done that before?
No,
that would be impressive. I bet he could do it. I bet he could do it.
He can do it
if he want. I bet he could.
Maybe he could if he wanted to.
Yeah, I'm sure he could.
It's not something that he can do right now.
He doesn't need to do it.
Yeah, definitely shouldn't.
No.
As a big man.
Next we had Charlotte, the daughter of the Nature Boy Ric Flair, with Bayley, who's kind of a non-entity out there with her. I mean,
she's just kind of a friend of hers, right?
I just kind of forgot she was there, honestly.
I'm glad that we saw all the girls tonight.
Yeah.
And I think that even with the 30 seconds of time that we actually saw Bayley on screen, it was refreshing to see all all of them together.
And we had Charlotte taking on a newcomer, Santana Garrett, who I looked up a little bit of Santana. This was a tryout match for her. She's not under contract. I don't know if she is now.
She's not under contract?
No, this was a tryout.
Are we 100% sure?
She's a Shimmer girl. She works in Shimmer.
Are we 100% sure she doesn't have a contract? Maybe
yes,
she does.
I actually looked it up. This was a tryout match.
Is it possible that she is under contract? Because
maybe when she did this match, she was not under contract. If she's under contract, it would have been after this match.
Is it possible she was under contract before she had this match?
No.
There's no possibility of that.
I looked it up. She's
where did you look it up?
Wikipedia. So
come on, bro.
But she's been on TNA. She's
that's great,
a Shimmer
but
girl.
But
anyway, she's not currently under. This is her indie name. This is what she works the indies.
But let me ask you,
Santana Garrett.
Yeah, she looked good.
So this is a. It's rare. You don't usually see that, but I think someone from Ring of Honor recently was on NXT.
Who else has been on TV NXT that's not been on a contract?
It's rare. But
when was the last time?
I couldn't tell you honestly.
Wouldn't they try her out in FCW or something like that?
This is.
I think so too.
No, but
well,
I thought.
It's a dark match. Surely they should have a dark match.
They do like live matches. Like wouldn't they do it there instead of like at a live event instead of at the taping?
I don't
know what for whatever reason, but
if I put my money, I'd put my money that she's already under contract. That's my guess because I doubt that Dusty would put a girl that's not on the contract. But you can't look at Wikipedia as the Bible.
I mean, regardless of
here's
whether
the thing
she's
too.
under
She would have had a different name. Because this is what she works the indies as.
That's her indie name?
Yeah, I mean, and she's got other shows coming up. She's working. I forget where it is, but she's working indie dates elsewhere. I looked it up.
All right. How about Charlotte? She has kind of like a Ric Flair type of body.
Yeah, kind of.
Did you see that?
It kind of makes
Renee on commentary said that Charlotte is mad that people keep comparing her to Flair, but then she comes out with the woo. So it's kind of like a disconnect there where you're saying that she wants to be, have her own name away from her dad, but then she's also using a lot of his, she has very Ric Flair moves.
Yeah, and she definitely has things that are an homage to her father.
Yeah.
If she wants to stay away from her father, not be compared, she definitely shouldn't do the woo.
Well, that's why I don't think that that's actually true. I think that's just what they're pushing for her character, but it just seemed very.
There was a little disconnect. I agree. I agree.
I thought Santana looked really good.
I liked her gear. Almost gave me like a Wonder Woman vibe.
Yeah. It really accentuated her assets.
Mm-hmm. You say that all the time.
Well, the divas, they're. Bless you.
Ooh,
that was
excuse me.
The cutest little thing.
Thank you.
That was so funny. But can I be straight up with you guys? Yes. I am not. You know what? Sue me. But I am not a big fan of Charlotte. I'm sorry.
No, you're not there yet. Well,
I'm not there yet.
I think she's getting better.
She's flexible. She's got cool flexibility.
Out of
things.
all the girls that are down there, I think that she's had the least time from practicing and starting as a wrestler to being at the tapings.
How long has she been?
I want to say
wrestling?
6 months.
Yeah,
maybe?
not very long.
She just began wrestling.
Yeah,
maybe
she's not.
Never mind.
Like in the last 6 months, maybe 6 to 8 months.
Better than someone on the main roster right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't aware that she was just started.
Completely new, and she's only been on now TV maybe 4 or 5 times.
Well, I think 3.
I think a few more than that, but somewhere around there.
I think this is her third or
three to
fourth
five.
match,
Yeah,
well,
it's not
actually,
many.
She's been wrestling about 6 to 8 months, and she's good for that. For sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
For sure.
And before that, she was doing volleyball. She has the athletic background, but wrestling. She didn't grow up doing it with her dad.
And I still think she needs a bit of a makeover, a new gimmick and stuff. But
makeover.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
you got a problem with her look or something?
I don't think she really sets herself apart with her look right now, but I think. That comes down. I think she's figuring this all out. She's still really new.
I liked her ring gear this time.
It's much better.
Yeah.
She's got better ring gear and she changed her hair, which I like a lot better. But I still think she needs a gimmick.
What if she dressed up as a volleyball athlete? Volleyball.
Oh yeah, I mean, she is a volleyball player.
Like short shorts and what are they? Just a bikini here? Can I have that?
What if she just had a shirt, like a top that said "Stop comparing me to Ric Flair"?
or I will volleyball you.
Yeah,
in the face.
there's a gimmick that she start getting into that. Stop wooing, And
yeah, what Cathy said. Stop comparing me to Ric Flair.
Absolutely.
Or I will volleyball you in the face.
Yeah.
What you
Not
said.
daddy's girl or something like that. Not daddy's little girl.
Yeah,
I love that.
If they're going with it, yeah, that's good.
That could be really good. Was to say, well, one thing I thought too is they need that Charlotte's Web pin that she has.
That finish?
It's not her finish. It's where she does the back bridge pin.
Yeah.
Which I think is cool.
Yeah, it's
but
cool.
She needs to win a couple matches with that, so it can be a legitimate move. You know what I'm talking about right
Santana
there?
kicked out of that one, right?
Hold on.
Come on, don't be lazy.
There we go. To make
Not a solid high five.
No, sorry.
By any means.
I really hit him. I hope it didn't hurt you.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
Ow.
Because it was at a bad angle.
But yeah, I think to make that move legitimate, she needs to.
She could win like a out of nowhere kind of pin.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. Why not? Yeah, why not? Because it's cool. It's different.
And that's one thing I like about they've been doing with like Sami Zayn is he's been winning with that running boot sometimes. He has a couple other moves he wins with.
The only he's won with other moves as well.
He uses his finish is that spinning tornado DDT out of the corner. But he has a couple other things he will finish guys off with that sometimes are more false finish moves. And
they could do that with her.
Yeah, because it makes you go, I saw last week him beat a guy with it, so it makes you believe that this is a move that can.
But she probably gets to see less matches, though.
Yeah, and that's not her decision at this point.
During this match, Summer Rae and Sasha Banks came
down
with the distraction and all these things.
So yeah, they were down, and let me see. Charlotte hit like this flipping RKO kind of thing, which wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't executed very well.
Wasn't executed all that great, but she gets the 1-2-3 over Santana, and then Sasha and Summer get in the ring. They get in the mic and they say, they're going to run NXT and nobody.
First
there's
lady
nothing.
And boss lady of NXT.
Yeah, there's nothing anybody can do about it. And out comes Paige. Of course, they double team her, beat her down for a bit, and then Emma comes down and makes the save.
Yeah. Hey, fantasy question.
Yes.
Fantasy question. If you take Paige and you put her in blonde hair and tan body, how do you think she'd look? Just curious.
I think she'd be pretty.
You think?
I mean, she's a pretty girl.
She's a pretty girl, but sometimes if you change those certain things,
there are some people like that
may not work.
But I think she's a pretty girl that she'd still be a pretty girl.
Because we're used to her being so white, right?
Yeah.
Albino. Is that the word for white? Is that a bad word?
No, it's not albino's a little bit different. She's not albino. She's not actually albino, but
close
she's very white.
Albino.
She's very white. I'm an albino?
No, you're not.
I think you said you're an albino.
What? What is going on right now?
I don't know. I've lost control.
You albino.
So we next we go to the back and it's
we get a
Summer.
Mojo Rawley promo first.
Oh, did we get the Mojo Rawley promo?
What do you guys think of it?
Saying
I think that he is the bro version of Rocky. There were a couple things in this promo that sounded like the quote from Rocky Balboa, where it's it's not about how hard you get hit, it's about how hard you can get hit. And keep going. And I was like, there were a couple things that he said that were so similar to that I was just like, this is the modern day Rocky had a 5-hour energy and went to the gym to bro out.
Yeah.
Well, after that, we've got Summer and Sasha in the back, and they challenge Emma and Paige to a tag match for next week, which Alex is very, very excited about.
I love the part where Summer says, and while you're at it, you need to fix your tie.
Yes.
So funny.
Yeah. I like these two together personally. I think they're fun. I think Sasha's great as
I'm so
Emma's
excited for this match too.
This will be good.
Yeah, Sasha's like kind of the lackey in this situation.
And all four of these girls can actually. I mean, some of them are really good in the ring. But they're all decent in the ring.
I want to see Sasha bring the
Summer can wrestle
more
a bit,
personality, almost like I want.
Alex doesn't agree.
I didn't say anything, man.
Just give me some
quit
faces.
putting words in my mouth. I just think Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I feel like Sasha needs to bring more personality to the ring. Like, if she's gonna be the boss lady, she needs to own that. And I feel like right now she's kind of being overshadowed by Summer.
Of course, she's only had a taping or two as this character, so
I would say 3 or 4 at this point.
Tapings?
Yeah.
I mean, it's only been a couple episodes ago that she made the switch, so
Been
it's
at least 3.
It's been 2 This would be the second taping. Though.
Do you think
4.
that if she acted as this boss lady, it would almost be identical to what Summer is doing? Because Summer's kind of
no, I think that I've seen
Summer's
some
the
of
first lady.
I've
She's
seen
like the
some
first
of
lady,
Sasha's stuff, and it's very like, you know, I don't know. Summer is very Valley Girl, like
Yes.
the white version of the
version.
boss lady, and I feel like Sasha Banks just brings like the attitude
Yeah.
when
Okay.
she's in character. So
Well, there you go. Yeah, then you know better probably. Yeah, maybe she could bring it out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, going on next, we had the debut of Mojo Rawley up against Danny Burch, who
If you're motivated,
I
man,
haven't seen him in.
if you put in an extra hour in the gym, you're bound to be better.
and has Danny Burch has been on NXT before, right? But he's just kind
He's a
of
veteran,
one of these.
but he
guys-
has. He's not really. They're not pushing him.
No,
along,
and
is it?
well, I mean, he doesn't. He's got a black singlet with the,
Yeah.
you know, he's done.
Not very memorable.
There's nothing that stands him apart, but
He's good.
I thought he looked really good. I actually thought
Yeah.
Danny Burch stood out in this match to me as far as his wrestling. I thought he looked
Barely
really
did
good.
anything, when you say.
I
Just
thought he
couple
did
punches
a
and
lot
kicks.
more than Mojo Rawley did.
Someone tweeted me.
Mojo had a couple moves in his comeback, and that was it.
This match was whatever for me to be
Yeah, I
honest.
mean, it was, but
What do we have on Twitter?
Jesus Aura said, Mojo Rawley looks like a young Triple H who drank way too much coffee.
wow.
I would say 5-hour energy, but yes.
Oh my God!
You know,
that is so funny.
That's hilarious.
You know, the book is still out for me on him. I mean, I think he looked good. He was excited.
I think he's got a long way.
This is,
But he's got potential.
a true rookie, I guess. I mean, this is a guy that
Is he just straight from NFL?
I think
kind of
so. I don't think this is a
he
guy that's
moved well.
ever been in the Indies or anything. So he went straight into development.
Yeah. I'd say he moved well. And what else did I write
He
about
did
him?
that. He did that multiple tackle thing, which was a little different than Connor's, but still similar. I was wondering if they'll make him stop doing that. Connor actually hits the ropes, and he didn't hit the ropes.
They
but
both they both have the athletic background where Connor was in soccer and Mojo was in football.
Right.
And I don't know, I feel like a lot of Mojo's moves seemed very tackle-ish. Like,
Yeah, I
they
mean,
seemed very-
tackle-ish.
I
I like
don't
the
know.
adjective you use. That's good.
Making up
It's
words
like he,
with the
I mean, to me, it's
Tackle-ish.
like he used Connor's tackles, and then he did, the avalanche
They did
corners.
have a very similar
He did the
style.
butt bump.
He did an
And then
ass
he-
clothesline.
Yeah, he did the butt bump that Naomi
Ass
does.
clothesline.
You prefer the ass clothesline?
Ass clothesline.
Okay. I know that is the butt bump.
But she did the ass clothesline, and she
Mr. Tanaka uses that move.
he doesn't do an ass clothesline.
Yeah, he does.
I haven't seen him do the
He
ass
hasn't used it
clothesline.
very much, but he does it. I've taken it several times from him.
Okay, well check this out. He also did this Rikishi type of ass sit down.
Yeah.
You know, what's up?
It was
It's-
almost. It made me think of Earthquake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what it made me
That's cool.
think of. But you're right, Rikishi
But,
as well.
You know, the ass clothesline and the Rikishi ass stomp, you know, it's very reminiscent of football. Mm-hmm. Right? They do
Yeah.
that in football.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Ass clothesline themselves. all the time. No, but I mean,
So-
he's got a long way to go. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. He's got a long way to go, but he's got potential.
Yeah. Seemed kind of like a touchdown dance. That would be kind of funny if that was his.
He should do that.
After he wins, he does like a touchdown dance.
Hell yeah. I think that'd be over.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. That'd be totally over.
Oh yeah, like
when they hit the touchdown and they
celebration.
dance with
Spike
the
the
They like
ball
spike
and
the
do
ball
little
and then they do
knees.
like a
do a
running
little
man or
like,
something.
whatever they
I
do.
like that,
That'd
okay.
be sweet. That's a
Absolutely.
good idea.
They referenced it several times. It was interesting that they used so much of his actual life, like the saying that he got his master's and his
Yes.
like degree
In 5 years, very impressive.
from Maryland. They used a lot of things that he actually did.
I know people that it took them 7 to get their bachelor's, so
It took me 2 years, actually.
that's very impressive.
What?
It took you 2 years.
Yeah,
It's very impressive.
Did you
Alex
finish?
is a
In
genius.
the University of Los Angeles. I didn't finish.
Oh.
I was gonna. in 2 years.
It would have taken him 2 years.
It would have, but you know.
Going back to the back, we have Emma and Paige, and they accept the previous challenge thrown out versus Summer and Sasha. Alex is very excited. The match is
excited for this
on next week.
It seems like they're setting them up for a loss because they're fighting so much, and I don't know.
Emma
I just
and
feel
Paige?
like,
Yeah.
it seems like they're setting them up to not work well together. And then Sasha and Summer to get the win.
Well, we will see next week.
I can't wait.
I can't wait either.
It's gonna be good.
Next, we have your boy, Alexander Rusev.
He's not boy anymore. We're going into an argument.
Which I just actually found out. It's funny, as I was talking to Rick Drazen, who I started with, and Rusev started in his backyard exactly where I started. He showed me some footage. You can actually find footage of Rusev wrestling in Rick Drazen's backyard on YouTube.
And then I think he trained with Rikishi.
And then he went to Rikishi's afterwards, yes.
Yeah.
But he started with Rick and they moved to Rikishi's
cool,
school. So
Small
Rusev,
world.
and then his tag team partner Scott Dawson.
Was he
and
wearing a loincloth in Rick's backyard?
No, and it's actually looks very different. Wrestles like a much smaller guy. It's when he first started, so you would look at him and go, whatever.
They kind of remind me of a bunch of sloppy jalopies.
This is
Jalopy.
So-
I love how that was a chant too.
We've got Rusev and Dawson versus Enzo and Big Kaz. And Enzo says he feels like they're at Cheers.
What's that?
Because everybody knows their name.
Do we have to spell it out?
And so it says it looked like a bunch of sloppy jalopies.
I love that.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds so funny.
Oh my
Sloppy
God, it
So
jalopy.
Italian, like it just fits with their
Of
characters.
course, they're SAWFT soft.
Man, that was over.
Every week, and just give this guy
They're
the microphone.
so over. Like people love them.
And they don't have to win, ever.
I'd say he's over.
Yeah, Enzo?
Yeah, I think
feel
it's
like-
Enzo.
Yeah.
If you separate him from Cassidy,
Yeah.
I think Cassidy, he'll find it in due time. But
He's 7 feet tall. He made Alexander Rusev look small.
oh yeah, he's so
Here's
tall.
the thing about Kaz, though, I'll have to say, is usually when you have a situation like this, a guy who's got such a big personality like Amore, then you have the other guy who's the heater or whatever behind him, and he just stands there and doesn't say anything. He's playing off Enzo's character, but he's still playing off the character more than a lot of guys we'd see in that, where they would just sit in the back and not say anything.
Yeah.
And so Kaz, to me, really is starting to get a personality. Yes, it's based off of Enzo's, but I at least he's got a personality. I think he's doing a really good job about it. I mean, yeah, he's going to need eventually to find his own thing, but I think he's done a really, really good job.
Yeah, he's
being paired up.
Again, he's improving, and he will continue to improve. But the guy that's carrying kind of the team, in my opinion, is Enzo. He's just so energetic. I love watching this.
But Kaz isn't dead weight though. Like sometimes you have dead weight, and I think he's a very good partner.
I wouldn't call him that weight, but if you took away Enzo from him, it would be a totally different product.
Absolutely.
Yes. You know what I mean?
100% correct.
All right.
So this was a pretty dominant victory for Rusev and Dawson.
Kinda quick, too.
Yeah, pretty quick. They got a little bit of offense with Enzo and Cassidy, but then Rusev catches Enzo, gives him the big knees, and they just beat on him for a while until they take out Kaz, hit him with that kind of running. It's like a running butt clothesline into the corner. Like a running butt avalanche.
Into the midsection.
Yes.
It looked cool.
Yes, running butt avalanche
Is
to the
that
midsection.
name for it?
What's that?
I
love
believe
that.
so. Yes.
Oh, I
Running
think
butt.
it's like a sexual name, you said? No.
Oh, is that the official name of it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm hearing things. But,
Of course you would hear
English
that.
isn't his first language.
when
It's okay.
when Enzo got tagged in at first, he's like, "How you doing?"
Yes,
before
yeah.
it was hilarious. It's funny.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Makes
I
me
mean,
laugh.
he really is
He's
brilliant.
entertaining.
And
as hell.
Rusev takes him out with the camel clutch, which we find out is now called the Accolade.
The accolade.
The Accolade.
It's very European.
So Enzo has to tap out, and they attack Cassidy as well and put him the Accolade as well. He
I
gets
feel
his own
like
Accolade.
It made both teams look really strong, and I think that Alex Riley said it on commentary. He's like, "How strong does it, or how strong are you if you have to or if you pin someone while they're unconscious.
You have to go after them.
It made them both look good.
Yeah.
And you know what else Alex Riley said? He said that he thinks Enzo is going to be the one guy out of NXT that's going to make a lot of money. And I mean, I can't see that far ahead, but I'd say he's definitely very entertaining.
I would say Sami Zayn is the one who's going to make a lot of money. But
well, you know,
too, but
you can say there's a lot of talent there that you could say you know have the potential. Obviously.
Yeah, I can see Enzo being a guy like a Santino that, you know, he gets that one sock puppet or something. He's gonna just make a ton. I'm sure Santino's making a ton of money on those Cobra puppets.
Do they sell those?
Oh yeah.
I want one.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we can work one out.
I think who has a lot of potential is this guy. Remember him?
You?
No, this guy.
Oh, this guy. Let's go, this guy.
I think he's got a potential.
So we go to the back. Renee is in the back with Sami Zayn, and she asks him what the plan is now that he's #1 contender. He said the hard part was getting the spot, and simple. It's simple next week. And then as he's talking, Bo Dallas walks in, and he says to Sami he thought they were friends, and as Sami hurt his feelings
Did you notice
when he did that.
Did you notice how I feel like Renee Young, she's good, but she looks so much more comfortable whenever she's doing backstage segments with Sami Zayn.
Yes,
she looks
very
so
comforting.
Comfortable with him.
Yeah.
They're very good together. I enjoy
off of each other
I
well,
enjoy those two together.
They have a lot of chemistry.
Sami says it's not personal, even though a lot of people don't like Bo. He doesn't really have a problem. He just wants the title. And Bo says, well, you know what? They should team up and go for the tag team titles, which Sami says, yeah, sure, that'll be great after we wrestle for your title there, which Bo says, unbelievable.
Look, I mean, when Bo comes to you, as sweet as he came, you know, to Sami Zayn, and is like, hey, let's be a tag team and let's be friends. I would, you know what? That sounds great. Yeah. You know, but I wouldn't say after I beat you for the NXT Championship. I would say,
but could Bo be doing this to try to get out of that match because he's scared of Sami?
I don't know. He was so sweet.
Yeah,
He
Bo
so
has
sweet.
some ulterior motives.
Yeah.
I think he's a little bit scared.
He's really starting to grow on me like a fungus with this.
That's unbelievable.
Nasty. I know, but you know, I didn't love Bo, but
how does a fungus grow?
Bo is slowly. I think he just all of a sudden is there, and how'd that get there?
That works for him.
Yeah, he's growing on me. This schmarmy kind of just annoying. Oh yeah, I like it.
Love to hate him.
How come? Do you guys find it that there's way too many spear users in the WWE?
I find there's too many spear users in wrestling.
Yeah.
Everyone uses a spear.
But in WWE in particular, where you know it's usually finishing moves are protected for whatever. But there seems
it seems to be like moves are protected, and then someone will go away, and then all of a sudden that move is used by everybody.
Absolutely. But there's what I'm saying is. Who's using the spear? We got Bo in NXT using the spear on WWE. We got Christian using the spear, and we got somebody else. I forget who.
Anyway, I don't know off the top of my head. I can't remember. But anyways, next on to our main event. Rob Van Dam here in NXT, taking on Aiden English, who I actually found out recently. I didn't realize this is Aiden English. I guess was one of the guys that when FCW had their beginners class he wasn't signed. He actually went to the school and came up through their school. So he's one of the few people that actually paid to go to the school and came up through that way.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. I was just there when he was coming in. They were saying, I was in theater. Was he in theater?
Yeah, he was I know he's a theater guy, and he really is like a legitimate actor.
Yeah, I
like the song this week.
I love the fact they have the music under it now. I like the different songs every week.
This is so cheesy, but I love the line on commentary where they were like, he's trying to steal the spotlight. Because it fits his character, and I don't know.
Man, I love that entrance, that whole singing bit.
It's brilliant. I mean, he's the only person who sings his own entrance music.
R-Truth raps.
Oh, that's true. R-Truth raps it.
You don't
But
consider
R-Truth-
rap music?
But R-Truth does the same rap every time, where Aiden English has a different song. He has different lyrics every time.
W.
I wonder.
Yeah,
He must write them every single week, unless I don't think the writers would.
I bet
I'm sure
he's coming up with it.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
Props to him.
I'm sure he has to get them approved, but I'm sure he's writing
I love it. I love him.
or at least involved in it. I love that he was a little bit of a coward here in the beginning of the match, just kind of get him off me.
You know
get
who
him
was
off.
It's against RVD. Like,
You know who was a coward? RVD was a coward.
Was
At
RVD a
one point
coward?
before they locked up, he said, "Your singing sucks." He said something like that to
Oh,
him.
yeah,
and I'm
that's
like,
not very nice.
Bro, that's obviously not true.
That's being a bully.
Okay.
Not being a star. Not being a 5-star.
this is backtracking a little bit, but I just had this amazing idea for Bo. Can his finisher be something like the running elbow or something like with elbow?
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Why is that not happening right now?
That's a good idea.
I don't know. We may have
Maybe
to.
it'll happen.
We may have
Maybe
to
it'll
suggest
happen.
that to somebody.
That's
That-
good.
Okay, sorry.
No, that's good.
I think that's great, Kathy.
The elbow. So
The elbow, the flying elbow. Yeah.
That's good.
So we've got to wrap up here. So quickly, I thought this was a really fun match. RVD got all his basics in, got the moonsault off the apron, got the leg drop on the apron, the rolling thunder. Aiden had a dirty kick when Rob was trying to get back in. And he kicked the ropes into the nether region of Rob Van Dam. Was
region?
able to take over from there. Rob Van Dam hits the 5-star frog splash for the win. And really, Aiden, it's the first real competition we've seen English. He's had a couple squash matches the last couple weeks, so this is the first time we've seen him actually with some real competition.
I think they're really confident with him. To put him in a match against RVD, I think that they really want to push him. They really want to see him do well. I loved on commentary, Alex Riley called out that the pairing between RVD and Ricardo is awkward, because I feel like that hasn't been addressed. And as a fan, I'm so appreciative of that. Then I also wanted to mention, I loved how they introduced Ricardo as the numero uno amigo. That's so funny.
Numero uno amigo.
I loved it.
That's funny.
Hilarious.
English definitely stepped it up, I think, being against wrestling against
It was
RVD.
a really simple match too, but definitely when you're put in a spot like that, if you perform well and he looked great.
Yeah.
I see a bright future for him. I see a bright. Can you imagine
like him.
this entrance in the WWE? How awesome would
it
that
would
be?
be so.
Can you imagine if he makes it big WrestleMania with like a full
my
orchestra
God.
behind him, like a 60-piece orchestra
that'd be
as
great.
he's walking down and singing?
That'd be great.
So quickly, who's your guys' MVP of the night, of the day, or of the show?
You first. You first.
Ladies first.
Okay, so you first.
Would you like me to go first?
Yeah, go first. Go first.
For me personally, I got to go with Antonio Cesaro anytime he's on. I think this guy's just a rock.
He just
amazing.
like to kiss his little.
Yes, I kiss his ass. Yes,
I'm kidding.
I'm a big Cesaro fan.
No, me too. Okay, I'll go so you can go last. Save the best for last.
Yes.
I enjoyed Enzo, and I definitely enjoyed big time Aiden English.
Yes.
And what I wanted to say is, right now, right away, what I would do if I was the booker, I would put Sasha Banks on television. They need a girl like her.
Yeah.
I would put her
On the main roster you're talking
on the main
about.
roster in the women's division. She could have amazing matches with AJ Lee.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my bit.
I am going to go with. I think that it's a tie between Enzo and Aiden English.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think you can go wrong with any of those choices. Well, anyways, that is all the time we have for the day, unfortunately.
I wish we could just slow down the time.
I know. Wish we had a...
Pause.
Kathy, Kelley, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Catherine Kelley and at AfterBuzz, doing a ton of different shows from WWE Raw to my own show, Chatting with Cathy. Had 2 new episodes this week, so check them out.
Alex Kaslov,
I'd love to chat with you sometime.
Where can people find you?
I'm on Twitter at Alex Kaslov, COM. And also, you can find me in Japan. I'm flying tomorrow. And the show will be in Ryogoku. You can, if you want to watch the pay-per-view, go on Ustream and search for New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, because they're doing those pay-per-views now, so some really great shows
$25
out there.
For a really good quality show.
Totally worth it.
And the best part about the best wrestling in the world, and the best part about the show, you get to see me, which I'm worth more than $25, dudes.
You can find me at Cluminator. That's all the time we have. We will see you all next week.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.